What's up, everyone? Change of plans. And no, I'm not drunk. I'm extremely tired from this new workout. So the reason why I have a change of plans is because I got super duper pooper hooper inspired by Silent Mike this last week. He pulled 705. That's fucking crazy. Like, yeah, we see these crazy monsters on IG that pull 800, 900, but all those guys are 240, 250 plus. And I think for the average person, there are some elite powerlifters, but there's not the everyday guy that just goes out there and pulls 705. And I've seen Silent Mike slowly progress. When I first met him, he pulled 545, and this was in 2013. So that's pretty normal. And to see him progress all the way up to 705, being a natural athlete, that's fucking amazing. So when I saw him pull that, it inspired me, and I felt like he pulled it for all of us, for every single average gym goer. And I'm like, if he can do it, I can do it too. So originally what I had planned was to do a Bulgarian bodybuilding type split, where it was gonna be 20% bodybuilding and 80% powerlifting. But now I'm gonna adjust it a little bit more. The biggest overall overlying goal is still to lose weight and look lean and finally look like I lift, but I'm adjusting some of the exercises and sets. So now it's gonna be 40% powerlifting with a little bit more frequency than I had planned, plus 60% bodybuilding. So I can still try to get stronger while I'm bodybuilding. And this is all due to just witnessing an amazing feat happen of Silent Mike pulling 705. So we started off with the workout with deadlifts. Today's deadlift day. And we did a 3x3 with the AMRAP at the end. And the last cycle that I ran before this meet prep that really got me strong, I did a lot of AMRAP, so I'm re-incorporating that. And I'm also switching from the Texas deadlift bar to a super stiff bar, just to kind of switch up the stimulus a little bit. And 405 felt hella fucking heavy. If you see the way 405 moves, it moved at the same speed that 495 usually moves. And it could be I'm still recovering from the meet. It's only been a week or two. So I'm just gonna be patient. I'm not prepping for any meet. So I just wanna make sure that I move the weight well and keep the form, and that's more important than the weights. So I did 405 for 3 sets of 3, and then I did an AMRAP for 7. And what I like about this AMRAP method, I call it the plus minus method, and nobody steal my idea, because I swear I came up with this idea myself. And instead of doing an RPE based type of progression where you let yourself think how the weight feels, I like to do this AMRAP method where the actual amount of weights that you lifted dictates what you do next week. So instead of based off of what's perceived, it's based off of what is achieved. So is this a RAE scale? I don't know. I'm making this shit up, but don't fucking steal my idea unless it's really good, then I'll share it with everyone. So I'm still testing it, still in the beta phases, but I call it the plus minus method. You heard it here first, motherfucker. And then afterwards, we did squats, 3 sets of 10, and this is where we kept it super bro, like old school commercial gym style, where me, Cero Dimas, we go back to back to back, and that's why we only stayed at 225, where it's 3 sets of 10. I would hit 10 reps, Cero hits 10 reps, Dimas hits 10 reps, and then we just keep alternating, and this is when the sweat started to come out. Then we went to dumbbell inclines, and I like dumbbell inclines, and a lot of people don't know this, but it actually helps out with lockout. So a lot of people, they work on board presses or they work on floor presses. Dumbbell incline is also a very important exercise for lockouts, because when you're pressing, you're not pressing straight up, you're pressing towards your face. That's where the end of the dumbbell incline movement ends. And then after that, we did bent over rows, try to keep it strict, 3 sets of 10, and once again, keep it back to back just to keep the heart rate up. And then we finished off with some wide grip lat pull downs. And I like to pull it down to my chest because I want to mimic the same type of contraction that I get when I'm lowering the weight down to my chest when I'm benching. So every time you're lifting, even when you're a bodybuilder, think about how that can benefit you in another athletic endeavor. And then finally, we finished off with some sled and sit-up supersets for 4 sets of 10, and that was it. So now I am 100% set on my goals. I want to get a little bit stronger, keep the frequency up. Silent Mike, you hella inspired me with that 705 pull. That's fucking amazing. And I'm gonna adjust my macros, and you should start seeing me get lean. By 2017, I should look like I actually lift, and hopefully I'm able to put up some good numbers then. Peace.
We're here at the Anaheim Fit Expo, about to weigh in for our competition tomorrow.